Hey everybody, welcome back to The Witcher 3. A few things that we need to do before we get going. We have to make a decision on these outfits to wear for the Emperor because impressing him is obviously of the utmost importance. The other thing we need to do is invest some of the points that we have. We have a bunch sitting aside, and we just recently opened up this ability. So I'm thinking we could max out our muscle memory so that our fast attack damage is maxed out. And if we, here we go. So that's maxed out, which is beautiful. We don't have any additional mutagens, but I've been looking a lot at the different signs and even some of the alchemy tree because I think there's a way to improve our potion efficiency, and what I mean by that is have them run for a lot longer, because as you can tell, they don't run for very long at all. That being said, I have to research a little bit more into these to figure out which one specifically I want to go into. Like this one's cool. Every time you take a potion, you get 5% of your maximum vitality instantly. But you can get this up to level 5, which I think increases by 5% each time. And that's massive. That's really, really important. This one's also cool. When you apply oil to blades, it gives a 3% chance of poisoning the target on each hit. And then you can level this up as well, and that becomes pretty significant. But for now, because I'm not 100% sure on which way I want to go with it, I'm going to grab, let's see, we could go Quensign because it explodes, or we could grab the Axii so that our conversations can be more efficient. Either way, we're not going to have 3 that match just yet, so I don't think it quite matters. Plus, we could use this a lot more in fights. Not that we can't use Quen, but... So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. Now, if we improve this, we're going to get... target does not move towards Geralt while he's casting it, increases the effectiveness of Axii in dialogues, reduce Axii casting time, and stamina regen in combat goes up to 1 second. Let's take it. And the last one, target does not move towards Geralt, reduces Axii casting time. Failed Axii attempts stagger the target. So either way, if it fails in combat, we still get a stagger off, which is pretty important, I think. So, those are all of our points. Let's make our decision on our, I guess, outfit. I'm thinking that this one is the least, least not us. If we can take them all. Can we take them all? Looks like we can take them all. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, let's throw something on here. Is that the one? I suppose that that's gonna be the best one. Let's do that. All the boots look the same, and so do the pants. But these are expensive clothes for royalty. I could probably sell them. That's the only thing I'm thinking about, really. Okay, let's stick with this.
Black
How do we look?
Suits the gentleman. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
I don't know if satisfy is the right word, but yeah, I suppose.
A studded doublet and a sword on my back, that's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes.
It's like when in
It's
Rome.
a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
Are you serious? I know how to bow.
I'm not some boor. I know how to bow.
Please, demonstrate. That, sir, is how you might bow to a whore on a street corner. Not to the Emperor of Nilfgaard.
Okay.
Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
Oh, he's serious. Right leg, no, he put his left leg forward. The hands weren't at his side. He put his left hand out, right? Left hand out, right hand on the chest. Yeah, this would be it. But seriously.
Gotta be kidding.
Not at all. I am mortally serious. Does the gentleman know the penalty for breaches of etiquette in the Emperor's presence? 200 lashes. I do not wish that upon him, so I will not let him leave until I am confident that he knows how to behave.
Okay. Left leg forward, right hand on chest. Looks like you're about to have a heart attack.
And grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings. Come with me.
Okay. Excuse me, I just want to check this door behind you.
The
Apparently.
gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Your arch-magnificency?
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
Your Majesty, okay. Do you mind if I just check out your hallways? I don't suppose he's gonna want me, like, dilly-dallying too much, but... Oh, okay. Well, it's locked. It's not nothing.
Evain Kersher is Daithwin Adden in Karn at Morwood.
What do you got going on down here? I wonder if he's gonna get upset. Hi there. Hey, the Wild Hunt. A mug. And a locked door. So, oh, we can't actually check our inventory right now? Okay, so we have a book on the Wild Hunt.
Neen to me a data.
Well, there he is.
Grimmy et art Kerzer. Daithwen Adden in Karn eb Marwood. Emhyr var Emreis.
Bow.
Oh my god. I'm not bowing. I'll do it. Oh god.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep the orde.
Evelian namen, vatgen för...
Did we not bow? I guess we didn't bow.
I thought you bowed before no man.
Oh, we did, I guess.
Didn't want to disappoint the Chamberlain. We're friends.
He did work hard on that with us, so... Wouldn't want it to reflect negatively on him, you know?
Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cyrilla. She's returned,
What?
and she's in danger. The Wild Hunt pursues her. You will find her and bring her to me.
Whoa. I thought maybe there's something that I missed here, but Cyrilla's father was Dooney, no? Dooney and Pavetta. Pavetta was a mother, I believe. And unless he's Dooney, which I guess he could be, that's probably something that I haven't gotten to in the books yet. Is this serious? Because we're not, like, reacting. Geralt's not like, what's going on? Like, seriously, you're the father? Like, he seems to be okay with that. Which means that we have a history, Geralt and Emhyr. What?
Are you sure? Ciri left. Went far, far away.
Do you believe I drag you here in the middle of a war to discuss a rumor?
I think anyone can be wrong, even an emperor.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be. I haven't the time to convince you, nor the desire, in fact. Yennefer will do that after the audience.
And why me? You think because she respects me or what have you that I'm gonna get her attention?
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
Well, like, I'd like to find her as much as anybody.
I need information, not motivation. Ciri leaves few tracks. She'll be hard to find.
My corps of spies will help you. Count on them and my army, should the need arise. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
Well, that's like huge. So that's Ciri's
Follow me,
father.
if the gentleman pleases. Please keep close. There are many honorable guests in the palace, whom the gentleman
Disgusts.
need not bother.
Let's actually, let's see here. It says that her thing got updated. So following age-old Witcher tradition, Geralt took Ciri to Kaer Morhen when she came into his care. There he and Vesemir taught her the ways of the professional monster slayer. It was then that her magic talents were first revealed and were discovered she was a source. Ciri's gift proved a curse as well. Because of it, she would one day have to hide from the entire world, even Geralt. Ciri's biography contained one more secret. Her natural father was none other than the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Emhyr van Emreis. Var Emreis. His words confirmed the fears swirling in Geralt's mind. Ciri had returned and was in mortal danger, for the unrelenting Wild Hunt was on her trail. What? Okay, so that's crazy. The Emperor clearly and succinctly laid out what he wanted. His daughter and Geralt's ward, Cirilla, was in great danger. For the Wild Hunt was on her trail. Geralt, a superb tracker linked to Emhyr's daughter by the iron bonds of destiny, stood a better chance of finding her than anyone else in the world. And that part's true. That part is true. I can't go into our inventory to read that book, but we'll read about the Wild Hunt when we can. Wow, okay. That changes things a bit.
How does one hunt that sort of...
It's thick in the morning, and it's past noon.
Calm yourself.
What?
So he must be
Do you know who
Dooney.
you're talking to, soldier? I'm Herivard II, Prince of Elander.
Like, same guy?
Not only am I made to wait here like some supplicant,
We zien es voor een Novigrad.
a tinter.
Nee. Raadsleden is toen is het
Never
zaal
know.
aan
Maybe I
mijn
need to break out of something with this rusty bread knife.
Katta af.
I'm just gonna go check things out a little bit here.
The gentleman
We are
will have time for a
occupied.
stroll. Is the gentleman not in a hurry to see the sorceress?
I'm not in a hurry. I mean, I am. I'd like to see her, but... I also like to know what's going on around me whenever possible.
Hey,
This
Witcher,
thing.
need anything?
The gentleman will have time for a stroll later.
Niet meer beter.
Whoa! I actually didn't expect that to open.
Gwyn hart verkleed weer. Is het een wat gen geraakt?
He says we'll have time for a stroll, which means we should be able to come through here. Let's go ahead and talk to Yen.
Nes hen es Gwyn. One false move and you will regret it.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Okay.
That quill sharpened yet? Yes? Then transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad is not the city council or the merchants' guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire and the criminal underworld. At times it is difficult to tell the one from the other. They both display a similar ruthlessness and cynicism that...
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
You know what? I'll write the report myself. You'll need only prepare a clean draft. In triplicate.
He's got good clothing choices, that scribe. What shall become of Temeria? Royal lineages of the north? Okay, this is all great. What the hell are they working on in here exactly? Sorry. Pearls of the North, Novigrad. Sword for Witches, we've already read.
Vedimin, directly out of Nordling Tales.
Portrayal of the Elder Races. We are going to be busy.
Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
Ugh, dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emhyr's court?
Uh-huh. And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim.
Oh, cool.
Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
Yeah, all grown up.
How about that? She's grown up?
It's been years since you trained together at Kaer Morhen. A great deal has changed.
You haven't? Not a bit?
I missed those awkward compliments of yours. But let's focus on Ciri, all right?
Right. Emhyr said the Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emhyr's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
Are you serious? What do they want from her? It's because she's probably so powerful.
The Wild Hunt? What could it want from Ciri?
I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do. It must be about her blood.
Yeah.
Her gift. As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I prefer not to think about it, really.
Surely exploit it. Where's she been seen?
So where's Ciri been seen, exactly?
In two places. Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
Hendrik.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance.
Who's that?
Triss Merigold.
Yes!
Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Skellige, okay. Why didn't you just contact me earlier?
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse?
I knew it.
Let's drop it,
I knew she wouldn't like that.
It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
Yen's always been, like, just straight to the point, no bullshit, like, doesn't kind of conform with the, like, traditions, and, I like that about her.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Velen, get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback, as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Thanks.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Varatra. That's him over
Absolutely.
there. And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece. I shall be waiting.
Okay, retrieve your equipment from the Chamberlain. Where's she going? Whoa! If we... Oh, wow. She's gone. I was gonna say, what if we went through with her? The collected verse of Gonzalo de Vercheo. What is this thing, and why can't we pick it up? Okay, so that's changed quite a few things. The last... Oh, cool. I wonder if that will be, actually like a clear reference to the book, or it might just be one kind of story that's in there. Letter to Yennefer. From who? Let's grab everything we can. Royal lineages, that's a double. The Wild Hunt, that's a double. Sword for Witches, like the 15th copy we've picked up. Rusty bread knife. Can we take this? Doesn't appear that we can. Yes, we can. No. Okay.
Scars healed nicely.
She Who Knows. That's another book? Lunar Shards. Okay, just more drawings. Cavalry boots, weapon repair kit, pig hide, wyvern decoction. I can't wait to start using decoctions. They seem really powerful. They last for a long time, but you need to use a bunch of mutagens, so kind of interesting how to figure out when would be the right time to use them. So I think I'd like to kind of hear about what's been going on a little bit. This is the Var Atr?
Ambassador Var Atra?
Atra.
Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
Alright, here we go. History lessons. Oh, cool. So how's the war going in general?
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirn was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
I don't think so.
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoys, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. Took the Kedweni completely by surprise. King Henselt fought on the front line as always, and that is where he died. His soldiers lost the will to fight. They joined Radovid's ranks. And so by spring, instead of 2 weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
It's interesting hearing about this from their perspective. What about Kovir?
What about Kovir?
Kovir values its neutrality, enough not to lend its armies, or more importantly, even its coin to either side. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emhyr var Emreis will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
Huh. Okay, and what about Velen? So we've heard about these 3 different places, Velen, Novigrad, and Skellig.
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse.
The war probably took its
toll. This land
toll.
never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron.
Okay.
I advise you well. Avoid him.
The Bloody Baron. And Novigrad.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants.
I don't know that humans are so exempt from
for
that.
13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
What's new in Skellige?
Skellige. Okay, I've been pronouncing it
The
wrong.
islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Okay, well that's actually pretty helpful. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
I mean, as with any faction with a reputation, there's always a few that might surprise you. Him being one of them. I would really like to get our stuff back, considering we can't even go into our inventory.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves.
You washed them all.
The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
The thing is he has to know. He has to know that we're in a better position to save her and not return her to him. Right? Like, you would think. Nilfgaardian connection, travel to Velen. Have any special herbs here? Not really. We definitely need to go and sell a whole bunch of our weapons and things that we're not using. What do we have going on here? Nobleman? Oh, yes. Let's play. Okay, to place a bet, choose an amount using the mouse. Confirm by clicking it. This amount will be added to the pot. If you win, you get back twice as much. Seems simple enough.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
Watch this guy just be awesome. Okay, so, a long time ago, I had messed around with my deck, so I think I'm okay. These are the cards in our deck. We've got a couple of things to deal with weather. We have this decoy card, which is pretty cool. Swap out a card on the battlefield, return it to your hand. That's actually really good, I think. And what else? We have some strong ones. We have a couple of duplicates like these ones because they benefit from being next to each other. And this guy adds +1 to all units in the row, excluding himself. So I think we're okay. Let's give this a shot. There are actually 4 different factions of decks. And to me, the monster deck looks the most important. Choose a card to redraw 0 out of 2. I'm okay with what we have, I think. Look, we got all of our blue striped guys. I don't know if we need to. Except, you know what? We don't have any, like, heavy damage dealers. We have all of these things available. Maybe we get rid of... What's the one that we have the most of? Like, frontline, it seems? No, not even. 3 of them. An archer. 2 of the catapults. Let's get rid of this one. I guess we'll take that. And let's see what happens. Okay, so let's start with... Let's start with one of these. And I think the goal is to kind of bait them into playing their really strong cards. Let's see... What does this one do? Choose one card from your discard pile and play it instantly. No heroes or special cards. So that's good. I'm gonna hold on to that. Let's go ahead and place one of our guys in the front there. So he would technically win here, right? I could pull this guy back with my decoy. And then just let him take this round. I think we'll go ahead like that. See if he plays another card. Look at 3 random cards, it said. That's actually quite good. I'm gonna pass now. And he should pass. Oh, he's gonna play more cards? Ooh, what's this? Wait, what is that? I don't know what that is. He, like, took a card from me. He gained a card by doing that. Whoa. Not affected by any special cards or abilities. That's probably terrible news. Wow. And I can't let him win another round either, so we're all in here. Oh, shit. This is bad. Well, I think we're totally screwed here. We have to get a card out. Place here on your opponent's battlefield, counts towards opponent's total, and draw 2 cards from your deck. Maybe that's what we need. How come we didn't get that, though? Shouldn't we have been able to take him out? That's weird. Okay, so he passed, which means I'm gonna have to play this card. He passed again. There we go. Okay. Thing is I'm really screwed with cards here. Good thing was we have the reins to deal with that. He used one of the frost cards, so I'm thinking that he might not have any more. Oh shit. What is that? Kills the strongest cards in the battlefield? Oh my god. Doubles the strength. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna wipe those out anyway. Play it. How come I can't play it? Okay, that's weird. There we go. Fog it out. Oh, damn it. Those Scorch cards, I need to get some of those. I got nothing. That's game. It's that Letho card that really killed me, and then it seems like that Spy card I wanted to take out and play, but it didn't actually work. Come on. I need my 10 crowns back.
Of cards.
This guy might be really strong. Am I... Let's try it again. We also have, that's right, we have this guy. So we have a decoy again, clear weather, impenetrable fog. Good, we have a lot more units, which is nice. Yeah, let's try it with this. Should be okay. Pick an impenetrable fog card from your deck and play it instantly. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and let's just play him. Okay, he's on the front lines. We've got only catapults left. If he has any rain, we're pretty much screwed. But we can get out of that by clearing it with our clear weather. So that might be our saving grace there. As long as we could take one round somehow. Let's just see if I can draw one more big card out of the guy. Okay, that's the spy thing, which is crazy. Let's see how it works again. Place your opponent's battlefield, counts towards opponent's total, and draw. So he gets to draw 2 cards for that. That's actually really great. That's really good. I'm gonna pass here. Oh, that's a... He's got another one? He's gonna draw so many cards. Whoa. This guy's got serious cards. What? I can't even follow what's happening here. This card I want to see. It's not even showing me. There we go. It's just a 10. That's crazy. Choose 1 card from your discard pile, play it instantly. That's key, is being able to get cards that will improve our number of draws, I think. I can't beat him like this, so... We're gonna have to play big. Look at 3 random cards from my opponent's hand. Oh my god. This guy's good. So what is he getting? A boost there? Doubles the strength of all units. Holy crap. Okay. Now, this is where I get to pick somebody. I think we gotta take him. Okay, I get some extra cards. He gets that guy. That's fine. So he passed. I could clear out all of the sieges, but then he's still gonna have 5 damage. It's not really in my best interest. I think I gotta try and beat him this round. So we're tied? We can't have ties, because I think ties goes to this guy, right? And the Nilfgaardian Empire, I think they win the ties. But even still, if we beat him, we have no cards, really. All right. What is this shit? He's got all these monster cards. This guy's, like... He's good. He's quite good. I was just gonna say, he's gonna, yeah, Biting Frost, and that pretty much wipes us out here. We can remove the weather effects. But even still, I have no way of dealing with him, and he's already stronger than me. And returning something to my hand isn't going to help me at all, so I think we're pretty much toast. I hope I can come back, because I'd like to beat this guy. Damn. He seems like he has a really good deck, though. He has a really good deck.
Will someone explain?
Okay, so let's go ahead and we could drop a few things here. It's too bad we don't have somebody in here that we could sell to. But first of all, let's read through our books and then we'll handle that. So, letter to Yennefer. Yennefer, my dear friend, thank you for your letter. Forgive me for not answering your earlier attempt to reach me via Megascope. I am trying to limit my magic communication to the absolute minimum. One never knows who's listening, don't you agree? I'm delighted that you found a position at our gracious Emperor's court, and I wish you the best of luck in the search for his daughter. It is good to know that Emhyr's intentions for her have become more, how should I put it, mundane. Perhaps it is these circumstances, an agreement regarding the lodge will prove possible after all. I think he probably just wants her for her political influence. Like she is still technically a princess, and I wonder if he would try to utilize that. In response to your first question, I can state beyond all doubt that Ciri has not appeared anywhere south of the Yaruga. Believe me, I could recognize her magic signature in my sleep. I've not had any contact with Triss for a long time. I only know that things in Novigrad have taken an ill turn. She mentioned something about fleeing to Kovir, but I'm afraid that in the current political climate, that amounts to an impossible daydream. I hope I will soon be able to join you in Vizima. First, however, I must take care of some unfortunate yet urgent matters in Beauclair. With my fondest regards, Fringilla Vigo. Thanks for the news about Geralt. He always seems to land on his feet, doesn't he? Fringilla Vigo, I don't recognize that name. Okay. Sword for Witches we've read. The Wild Hunt. From farmers and herdsmen, milkmaids to midwives, and all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of a wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The Wild Hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise when it is sighted, and all grows cold. Though the sun shone bright moments before, some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter, and claim the riders come always in winter. But nay, this is not so. The Wild Hunt brings its own ice. Death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes. Yet evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captive, youths most often in their prime of their wilding years, with 10 to 20 summers behind them. The hunt rushes in and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what happened in the time between. Okay, so we had kind of read that before. What shall come of Temeria? Temeria, a land where milk and honey once flowed. In what did she wrong the gods that they should treat her so cruelly? The Pearl of the North to some, she proved a galloping range for Nilfgaardian cavalry to others. As a country, it has survived 2 previous wars against the Empire. It was here that the war's bloodiest battles were fought. It was in Temeria where their most bestial deeds were wrought. It was Cimmerian civilians who bore the full brunt of these wars' horrors. And bear them we did, bravely and steadfastly, until the demise of our great protector, King Foltest. Then Providence turned its fickle face from Temeria. Murdered most treacherously, Foltest failed to leave Temeria a worthy successor. And so all manner of our cure soon fell upon her, tearing her apart like so much carrion. She had no more allies then. None remembered that we had once been the armor protecting the North from the designs of the Mad Dancer, he who had the gravestones of his foes pounded into a ballroom floor. The White Flame, I guess. A free and independent Temeria is no more. A dark-faced sun looms over her every rampart. Yet we Temerians live on and always will. As long as folk believe, the usurper who took our beloved capital, Vizima, to treat as his property will forever peer over his shoulder in fear. For in the shadows lurks not one dagger, but the power of a nation of daggers, waiting to deal justice's blow. Okay. Royal lineages of the North. Cyrilla Fiona. Okay, here we go. Cyrilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon, born in 1251, heiress to the throne of Sintra, princess of Bruges and Duchess of Sodden, heiress to Innis Ard Skellig and Innis Anne Skellig, and suzerain of Atra and Abyara. Daughter of Pavetta, see Pavetta Fiona Ellen, and the urchin of Erlenwald. Okay, so that's Dooney. see Emreis, granddaughter of the famous lioness of Cintra, Queen Calanth, see Calanth Fiona Rhiannon. A shipwreck occurred during a journey from Cintra to Skellige, which took the lives of the urchin and Pavetta. Cirilla's further upbringing was then entrusted to her grandmother. In 1260, afraid of the looming Nilfgaardian threat, Queen Calanth sent Cirilla to the court of King Ervil, see Ervil of Verdun, where the heiress of Cintra was to marry the heir to the throne of Verdun, Prince Kistrin, see Kistrin of Verdun. Though allying with Verdun and gaining the aid of that realm's army was at the time Calantha's top priority, no marriage ever occurred, and Cirilla returned to her grandmother's court in 1262. During the so-called Cintra massacre, Cirilla went missing. So we know the rest of that story. Pearls of the North. No one can claim to have traveled the Northern Realms who has not been to Novigrad. If I were forced to list what during my many meanderings has made the greatest impression on me, it would be precisely this great and yet at the same time free city. A metropolis worthy of the Empire. Its only flaw... A metropolis worthy of the Empire. Its only flaw is that the civilization Nilfgaard carries within her has not yet enlightened it. That is why hordes of reactionary cultists of the Eternal Fire dwell in the midst of its excellent buildings and superb commercial infrastructure. One feels as though superstition is how the local hierarch and his temple guards cement their power over the city dwellers. And many they are to control, for the city counts no less than 30,000 of inhabitants. While strolling through its fabulous port surrounded by marvels of architecture, it is hard to imagine that centuries ago Novigrad was a mere minor elven townstead. When the city fell into the hands of the Nordlings, its problems grew exponentially. As is well known, the people of the North can do a great many things, but peaceful and orderly cohabitation is not one of them. And so Novigrad first belonged to Redania and then fell under Temerian rule until finally, after endless compromise and bargains, it at last became a free city. But is the city truly free? I care to doubt it. Redanian influence makes itself felt too strongly on every street corner, and the fact that the city is located within Radovid's territory speaks for itself. While wandering the city's streets, I came across 4 water mills, 8 banks, and nearly 19 pawn shops. There are a great many houses of simple pleasures, such as taverns and brothels, and Novigrad's commitment to matters of faith is borne witness by the fact that the city contains no less than, I kid you not, 19 temples to the Eternal Fire. What more can be said? I think Novigrad has all the makings of the capital of the world, and perhaps that is what it will one day become. First, however, someone needs to bring order to within her walls. Very cool. The Elder Races. What is a non-human? The answer is simple, as the very name suggests. It is something which resembles and yet nevertheless is not a human. Though it walks on 2 legs, speaks with tongue similar to our own, and dresses in similar attire, it all the same has more in common with base beast than noble man. Dwarves are like moles. They feel best underground and avoid direct sunlight. They like to live in filth, forever smudging themselves in mud and slime. They love everything that can be found within the earth, rocks, metal, minerals of all shape and color. It is also said that, like their kindred moles, they feed mostly readily on worms, roaches, and other night crawlers. Halflings, for their part, are more reminiscent of gophers, fat, lazy, and loud in that typical rodent way. Their minds are filled only with thoughts of food and drink, which they steal from other nobler beasts and greedily squirrel away in their hovels. They are marked by a cruel craftiness. You could be dying of hunger and they would not share a meal with you. You could be howling from poverty and they could be swimming in gold, and yet they would still fleece you to the last crown. You could do nothing but good to them and they would still grab a knife in your back. Nice. Elves, in turn, seem related to the birds of prey that dwell in far-off Sericania. They care most for colored feathers. They would most readily spend all day staring at their reflections in the water and singing their own praises. They are so awash in self-love that they no longer feel any desire toward members of the opposite sex of their own species. Their appearance, unquestionably pleasant to the eye, is highly misleading, for they are extraordinarily cruel, and any who judge them by looks alone, they first dupe and then kill in cold blood. The best proof of this, the so-called Scoia'tael bandits that claim to fight for freedom, but in truth only long to kill humans. These books are a little bit lopsided, I think. All these vile so-called elder races are, to our great fortune, slowly dying out. Joy fills the heart of every right-thinking man at the thought of this great-grandchildren will never know them, that in their day, dwarves, halflings, and elves will be mere fairy tale characters used to scare young, impressionable children. And what about... Okay, that's one we need to read. The Last Wish and She Who Knows. Okay. The collected verse of Gonzalo de Vircheo. Love. To love is to build a house of cards or play a game of chess. But one wrong word or ill-thought move, and you must start it all afresh. Tide. Whenever I watch the tide recede, cold coils of fear grip around my heart. Will the seas sneak back, calm and sure, in the dark of night as they have before? Or will they stay on distant shores, leaving crushed shells and washed up dreams as memory of serfs of yore? Okay, he's a good writer. The Last Wish. 3 things are required for human life to be sustained: food, drink, and gossip. It is thus no wonder that no matter where I travel, be it icebound Povis or evergreen Toussaint, everyone asks me about the passions that bind Geralt and the sorceress Yennefer of Vengerberg. Cool, so this is actually going to share what we already know from reading The Last Wish, but this is going to be cool. As a man both cautious and discreet in nature, I refuse to betray their secrets, with one important exception. The history of their first encounter is so extraordinary, so romantic and moving that it would be a veritable crime to hide its light under a bushel. Indeed, had I not witnessed these events personally, I would never believe that that was room in our grim and dark world for such fantastic marvels. It all began when Geralt and I were feeling a bit peckish and, unburdened by heavy coin pouches, decided to fish our supper out of a lake. No bites were to be had, but we did not leave empty-handed. My hook snagged quite a lovely little pot. Oblivious to my friend's warning, I opened it, and in doing so freed a powerful djinn. Without giving it much thought, I set about proclaiming my wishes before I could get to 3. However, the djinn, irritated, I now see in hindsight at being issued demands so soon after waking, started to throttle me. Geralt was able to drive him off, but I was in a sorry state. I acted, the Witcher told me later, as though under the influence of some curse. Clearly the help of an expert in magic arcana would be needed. It was our good fortune that Yennefer of Vengerberg happened to be staying in a nearby village. Geralt went to her to ask that she heal his best friend, who happened also to be the brightest star in the North's poetic firmament, Dandelion. Yennefer, however, was more interested in the djinn, which she wanted to trap into magic servitude, than in its victim, and, it should be said, played the Witcher like a well-strung mandolin. Yet, rather than grow angry at being accused of such a calculating manner, he fell white head over muddy boots in love with her. What happened then, well, I won't go into details. Suffice to say that Yennefer's plans hardly delighted the djinn, and without his cooperation, she proved unable to tame it. The sorceress would surely have met a tragic end, and taken all of Rind along with her, had Geralt not rushed to her rescue. For once, he did not need to draw either of his blades to send the djinn packing. He had to pronounce his 3rd and final wish. He could have asked for anything, wealth, fame, power, but instead he asked for the djinn to bind his fate so that the arrogant yet intriguing sorceress, bind his fate to that of the arrogant yet intriguing sorceress from Vengerberg. Julian Alfred Pancratz, Viscount of Lettenhove, born 1232, award-winning poet, playwright, and troubadour. Frequent performer at the courts of Nedimir, Vizimir, Venslav, and other nobles and notables, alumnus at Oxenford Academy. Huh. So that's really cool. That does explain how we're bound to Yennefer and why our relationship is the way that it is. And then last but not least, She Who Knows. Folks say there were 4 at first. The mother, She Who Knows, the Lady of the Wood, came here from a faraway land, and since she suffered terribly from loneliness, she made 3 daughters out of dirt and water. A long time ago, the mother was sole ruler of all of Velen. Her daughters brought her the people's requests and served as her voice. Each spring, sacrifices of grain, animals, and men were made to the Lady of the Wood on her special night. Yet as the years passed, the Lady of the Wood slipped deeper and deeper into madness. Her madness eventually spread over the land. Men took to abandoning their homes and setting out into the bog, where they became food for beasts. Before long, Velen was drowning in blood. The daughters saw their land nearing destruction, took it upon themselves to save it. When spring came once more, and with it the night of sacrifices, they killed their mother and buried her in the bog. Her blood watered the oak atop Ard Kerbin, and from then on the tree grew wholesome and hearty fruit for the people. As the lady's immortal soul, it refused to leave its beloved land, and so the sisters imprisoned it. To this day it lies trapped beneath the whispering hillock, where it thrashes about in a powerless rage. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, so let's just check out some of our quests here. Since most of them are completed, we've got the Nilfgaardian connection, we have to just travel to Valen. We have complete the collection of Gwent cards, which is obviously just going to be there forever. We've got this guy who totally just wrecked us in in Gwent, but I will try to come back to him and beat him at some point. It'd be great to talk to somebody where I could unburden myself, but doesn't appear that that's going to be the case. Looks like we should be able to fast travel from here. I'm hoping that we can fast travel back. That's my only question. Looks like we can. Royal Place in Vizima. We came from White Orchard. We'd be going to No Man's Land. So I think that's what we should do. Hangman's Tree. Okay. We'll take a break when we come back. That's the first thing that we'll do. Thanks, guys, for watching. And we'll see you next time. Bye.